So sometimes the removals that happen in court are just temporary.
Correct.
And so you handle those placements as well. Is that right?
Absolutely. So we do temporary. Sometimes it's, very short stay in foster care. But for some, it becomes a longer stay, and then that goes into a more what they call permanent managing conservatorship, and a child can then be in foster care for several years. But again, to speak to that, Family Tapestry is also responsible for those children that are in care and whose parental rights have been terminated. Then they are legally free for adoption. And so we actively seek out foster family, or adoptive families, I should say. We seek out adoptive families that are hopefully willing to accept them into their homes as their own, so that we can find forever families for our children and youth.
Gotcha.
How many foster children kind of at a time, I know it's a point in time count, would you say we have regularly in Bexar County?
So on any given day, we're serving close to 1,900 children in foster care. Over the course of the 2 years that we've been in operation, we have served over 5,000 children. And of the community-based care models, there are 4 that are operating in Texas, and Bexar County is the most urban of those areas. So we have the higher volume of kids, and we also see a higher volume of higher acuity youth. So primarily teenagers that have more complex issues that we have to work with and work through.
What happens to a child if there's not a foster home or shelter available to them?
Well, and that is such a relevant question right now, because the state of Texas, it's finding itself in a state of capacity crisis. Over the course of the last year, the state of Texas has lost over 1,000 residential beds, and Family Tapestry, because we have to contract with providers to provide services. So as I mentioned, in stage 1, we are responsible for finding placement for those 1,900 kids that need care every single day. And over the course of the 2 years, we've served over 5,000. So we have to find placements for all of them. So we contract with over 200 providers and programs, both in Bexar County, out of Bexar County, and for some even outside of the state.